Welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who is on the third week of his Garth Brooks juice diet. It's Chris Kelly.
Hi, everybody.
So tell me about this juice diet, Chris Kelly, the Garth Brooks juice diet. How's it going?
Well, it mainly consists of tobacco juice, beer, and sometimes whiskey.
Now, do you put a little juice in it just to say it is a juice diet?
I do put a little bit of lemon in it just to kind of take the edge off.
Well, they do have a lot of those beers now where they have like ruby red Shiner beer. You know, they add a little like, Bud Light Lime.
You can't trust
Bud Light Orange.
You don't know what you're getting then.
Wait.
You could be getting a chemical that tastes like lime, but it's really not lime.
So you're doing tobacco juice, whiskey, and juice. That sounds horrible.
Well, it's all natural, so you can take a look at my physique, and then you can take a look at someone else.
Teeth. Okay. Your teeth are completely black right now, Chris Kelly.
This is my alter ego, Chris Gaines.
Yeah.
Did you hear that article?
Yeah, he wanted to break away from himself.
The podcast about with Chris Kattan, he was talking about whenever he said Garth Brooks would make a great Saturday Night Live character because he was so good at changing himself.
Yeah.
His first thing that Garth Brooks did on there was he was in full drag and he was completely like open and cool about it. And they're like, wow, he was great. And then it got a little weird when he wanted to perform as Chris Gaines.
Yeah.
Because everyone pitched it as Garth Brooks. He's like, I want to push Chris Gaines.
No.
And they're like, what? So whenever he comes out and, because Chris Gaines looks kind of like
Chris. Yeah.
I don't know how to describe how he looked. He had the soul patch.
A gothy.
He looked kind of like emo.
Yeah, emo Brooks.
Emo Brooks. And it just looked, it didn't match. So
yeah. And
they decided it.
It's kind of like when Aerosmith wanted to do a blues album.
Or, what about the Rolling Stones when they did the blues album?
What is it with bands doing blues albums?
Well, blues is great. I watched a great documentary on
Oh, no, it's great. But when you go to an Aerosmith concert expecting Aerosmith and then they play their entire Honkin' on Bobo set list, that the CD's not even out yet.
Or you go to a Rolling Stone show and they play Voodoo Lounge. Yeah. Like, why would I go? I don't like that song. Love is Strong? That was a horrible song. They tried to make a comeback in the mid '90s, and just wasn't. I was not getting my satisfaction.
You deflected from the juice conversation very well. Now I want to say congratulations for winning the bronze in the Scottish martial arts tournament. Now we're gonna get our PG-13 rating here, but the Scottish martial arts, they call it "fuck you," and so it's a tournament where people from all around the world come to Scotland. They go to Glasgow, and it's like blood sport, but you can only headbutt each other, and then once the person falls on the ground, you can kick them. So we learned this in So I Married an Axe Murderer. So the problem is, you were a lock for gold, but then in the semifinal round, you ended up fighting a guy that was like 7'2", and so you couldn't headbutt him. So he just had the height on you, and he just kept dropping bombs on you, and you kept lunging at him with a headbutt. You kept missing. So,
I kept hitting him in the abdomen.
Yeah, and that's not going to knock him out.
Not with that kind of attitude.
I mean, you broke one of his ribs with the headbutt.
Then I had to bronze him.
Yeah.
I got called up.
Then you got the bronze, so it's fitting. You
exactly.
And then, you fought in the
I still have the 7'3" statue in my condo right now. Crashed right through this floor, but,
There should be a height limit in these headbutting competitions, Chris.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a fair match if you have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar versus,
Yeah, somebody. Tom Cruise.
Vern Troyer.
No, fighting Tom Cruise. Tom could probably do a flying, lunge from 70 feet away.
Something tells me he's not somebody you would want to mess with.
No.
Tom Cruise, I mean, he just does
prison rules.
He definitely looks like a scrapper. So it's like,
if I made him mad and we got into a fight, he'd have cardio for days. So I'd be tired after a minute, and then I would just run from him, but he'd catch me.
It'd be like in Jason Takes Manhattan. You think you got away, and all of a sudden crashes right through the window.
He would punch my head off. He would headbutt my head off, like in Jason Takes Manhattan. Punches that dude's head right off and into a dumpster.
Yeah. There's one thing we did learn about Jason Takes Manhattan. There's a lot of toxic waste just hanging out in New York City.
Lots. And
guys just hanging out on the wharf ready to shoot you with heroin.
And if you punch somebody, their head and neck and spine and nervous system and muscles and skin just fly completely off.
Yeah. I mean, that's Mortal Kombat rules.
How hard does Jason hit to do that?
I would think what they say Ivan Drago does in Rocky IV, he can do in the Jason movies. It's 18,000 pounds per square inch or something. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, your ribs are jelly. He did break one of Stallone's ribs in that movie.
I mean, you should be happy that's all that happened.
Your ribs would turn into dust.
That was like, because I read that article saying about Rocky IV, saying that he wanted to actually be punched so it would look realistic. So, and Dolph Lundgren actually did hit him.
Sure.
And he's like, I mean, shit. I mean, looking at him, I understand Stallone's a tough guy, but holy crap, I would not.
After you grill, right,
man.
and you have that charcoal still sitting on your grate, but then you touch it, it falls apart. That was his ribs.
When pixie dust, right?
Yeah.
the blue kind, when you mix it with the purple kind to get that weird flavor.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Oh my gosh, just shattered.
And just like, yo.
And then the doctor went in there, he's like, there's no ribs left.
What's with all this pixie dust?
Fake ribs.
Looks like
Dolph punched him.
Like, what happened to him? He turned him into a veggie omelet.
So, this movie that we're talking about, So I Married an Axe Murderer, this was a good recommendation. You recommended this, right? Or did I
No, we both did, because I remember I was going to text you, and it was literally the minute that I was texting. I was firing up the text message to send you, and you were like, hey, what do you think about So I Married an Axe Murderer? I was like, holy crap, I was actually texting you to tell you about this movie.
I have very fond memories of this film. The first time I watched it, I did a double header with this and Army of Darkness. And I hadn't watched the Evil Dead movies before either. So I was probably, 14, 13, something like that. Watching So I Married an Axe Murderer. And then I watched Army of Darkness and witnessing Ash Williams for the first time. It's like one of my favorite movie nights ever.
That would have been a great movie night.
Blast.
Especially the first time ever seeing these.
Yeah. I mean, I just started, and this is going to be weird. But so in this movie, the amazing Brenda Fricker, who plays Mike Myers' mom.
Yeah, she's a dynamite actress.
She's so good in this.
Yeah.
There's a couple lines that she just nails. But she tells him to get the pickle out of his butt. And I don't know why, but my whole life, I've been telling people, like, when they say something stupid, I'm like, shove a pickle up your nose. I don't say butt. I'll say nose. Like, shove a pickle. That makes no sense. Shove a pickle in your nose. Like, I mean just like a Clausen. Like, it's not a metaphor.
You're not talking about an entire cucumber.
A literal pickle. So now I was watching this, and she said it. I'm like, is that where I got it from? Because have you ever heard that saying?
I've never heard that one before, no.
That must have stuck with me.
I mean, the movie has a lot of great lines like that. I mean, I love whenever I guess I subconsciously took the line from the dad when he said with somebody with a giant head, and I've seen him. Obviously, we've all seen somebody with a gigantic head in real life. But he refers to the sun as an orange on a toothpick. And I've referred to somebody like that as a watermelon on a toothpick before. I thought I just came up with that on my own. Turns out I probably just stole it from this.
Or Sputnik.
Altered it.
It's spherical, but pointy at points. Or wait, no. But pointy at certain areas.
He's going to cry himself to sleep on his huge pillow.
If you want my body.
I love that scene.
That bagpiper.
Oh my God.
That might be my favorite. So Mike Myers and Nancy Travis are getting married, or I guess I should call them by the characters' names, Harriet and Stu. But, and Charlie. So Harriet and Charlie, they're getting married, and there's that bagpiper playing Rod Stewart. And he's nailing it. And then he just passes out, and he's like, he's pissed. Bagpiper down. He's just pissed.
I watched this movie with my girlfriend, and she was like, what song is that? Where's that from? I was like, that's a famous Rod Stewart song. And she was like, Rod Stewart did music like that? I was like, whoa. Wow. I keep forgetting there's an entire group of people that just, you picture someone some ways. Like, I guess Rod Stewart is now seen as like, maybe Maggie May is probably, but that in itself is a pretty dirty song. But,
yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah. There's an entire group of people that see something as something else, and it's like whenever you're like on the chive, they're like, you're getting old, and it says my niece. I was watching old WWF clips, and my niece comes down and she said, "I didn't know The Rock was a wrestler." Like, whoa,
whoa. Wow.
It's like, I guess, I mean, he stopped doing it like in the early 2000s. And
he probably just pops up once a year now. So I mean, no one would really know. And if they see him showing up at WrestleMania, they're probably like, why is that movie star at wrestling?
Yeah, why is the guy from Rampage doing that? Or Skyfallen, or what was it, Skyview?
Wait, Skyscraper.
I can't. Do you think he remembers doing any of those? He does like 20 movies a year that are like all kind of the same.
Hey, Rock, can you tell me about that movie faster? No, I forgot about it. In this song too, also in this movie, I love the SATURDAY.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. This movie, it's been burnt in our memory, and a lot of people have been writing about it lately, really giving it a lot of props.
I noticed in the last year there has been a lot of more articles about So I Married an Axe Murderer, and I couldn't really figure out why. I was like, maybe because it's the 25th anniversary of the film, or maybe it just really has held that test of time, and it's now coming back into people's memories. But it's a fantastic film. I remember seeing this for the first time. It had a brief run in the theater, if I'm not mistaken.
Brief. It made like $11 million
on a $20 million budget.
Yeah.
So that was like, ugh.
Yeah.
That was
after Wayne's World.
And I think I thought about this, and I think that the reason why it didn't make so much money was that it came out a month after Sleepless in Seattle, which was a massive hit. And that was whenever all the studios were trying to put together, oh, we got a romantic comedy. It's like, yeah, but it's not a Tom Hanks. So then Tom Hanks rode that romantic comedy train for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I think the last big one he did was You've Got Mail, I think.
Yeah.
And then he went into Castaway and
Larry Crown, which is one of the weirdest movies ever made.
that was bonkers.
But in the 90s, yeah, it was like Julia Roberts, Sandra Bullock, Tom Hanks, like Meg Ryan. They were just banking. They were making money.
And
so
they tried to get a lot of actors who had either they were just starting or they had fallen off, like Harrison Ford. Remember 6 Days, 7 Nights?
Oh, God.
Yeah, right. Everybody wants to forget that one.
Yeah.
Sure, he does too. But they had a lot of fallen stars. Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yeah. He was doing those kind of movies. Honeymoon in Vegas,
And
City of Angels.
he did a lot of
I
it.
don't want the world to see me. 'Cause
Everybody-
I don't think that...
I've yet to
Iris?
meet one person who doesn't like that movie.
When you're in a
City of
car...
Angels.
When you're in a
you
car
can't, yeah.
and Goo Goo Dolls comes on, I just completely steamrolled you because I had to get that out. I'm sorry. But when you listen to Iris in the car by Goo Goo Dolls, do not belt it out loud.
You have to. It's hard not to. It's
I scream it. Like any song. Name, Black Balloon, Here Is Gone. I become, Pavarotti. So,
that's a Pavarotti reference for the day. Yeah. I'm allowed one. I'm allowed one per day.
Man, I was going to use it later. But what's interesting about this movie is in 1988, this guy, Robbie Fox, sold this movie as, so this was bouncing around for a while, but it's called The Man Who Cried Wife. So in the original version, the protagonist really does marry an axe murderer.
I did read about that. It was originally written as like a Woody Allen type of character, which I think would have been a very funny film.
I see it. It works.
Definitely. But I guess if they wanted to use Mike Myers, who was fresh off of doing Wayne's World and fresh out of, Saturday Night Live-ish, kind of, they wanted to more show his character and his comedy styles, which, I mean, both versions work, in my opinion. I would be interested in watching The Man Who Cried Wife. I think that would be a fairly interesting.
I like this quote. She was great at a dinner party, bright, funny, great cook. Other than the stabbing, she was the perfect wife. And I mean, that's like, but they said that he wanted $8 million and the studio wanted to give him $6 million, Woody Allen. And then they had a stalemate and he went and made some other movie because he used to make $47 a year.
Curse of the Jade.
Maybe Bullets Over Broadway?
Was that?
Because that was 94.
Yeah.
So, but this is
Or
earlier
it would have
than
been 88.
that.
It would have been like, was that Curse of the Jade?
Oh,
that would have been like 80.
It was the Hank Stevens movie.
Starring Chuck Finley, right?
Yeah. Hey, you saw that.
Saw it. Here's the tattoo.
Yeah. So, and also, what's cool about this movie is, I kind of read some really cool stuff about comedy. And so Mike Myers and the director, the guy, Thomas
Schlemm, who's the current president of the DGA.
Yeah. And he's won 9 Emmys. He did all the West Wing Sports Night, Snowfall, Studio 60 Sports Night, ER, Spin City. He directed Mambo Mouth, the Broadway show that John Leguizamo did. He did all the walk and talks of Sorkin's movies.
He also did a ton of stand-up comedy shows, which were Whoopi Goldberg, Gilbert Gottfried, and all the. I mean, that would have been. He obviously knows how to shoot stand-up comedy, so I mean, his natural move would be with Mike Myers.
So I guess they had a lot of problem on set though, because
he wanted to shoot. He wanted to shoot a more serious,
real
film.
movie,
which I mean, if you look at it, it would be. I mean, he said in the article that I read
by Spin, is that the one?
Mental Floss.
Got it.
It was from Mental Floss. He said that he wanted to make a movie that was for 30-year-old men or older, and this movie was not meant for 12-year-olds. Yeah. And that's kind of what he felt that Mike Myers wanted to make this movie. It was more for like a younger audience, but it's like, how do you make killing funny? I mean, I thought they did a great job, but I guess Thomas wanted to make more of a serious film. Or not more serious, I guess you should say, more like tone it down a little bit, not so much the the Jerry Lewis type of comedy that Mike Myers was pitching.
His Scottish father, Stuart, and all
exactly.
that kind of stuff.
I think he wanted to maybe have that, but not to be so ridiculous and over the top.
I think at the end, though, it works.
Absolutely.
This movie. And another thing that I read that I thought was really cool. Did you hear about the dolly track that they were talking about?
Yeah, they called it the one-eyed track, and that was whenever they laid down the dolly track, that's whenever he would leave the room, because he knew it was going to be forever. And they called it the one-eyed track because you were only getting one side. If you were going to shoot a real good comedy or a good comedy reaction, you'd have to see the entire person deliver the joke, and then let the audience decide. Whereas when Thomas wanted to do, he just wanted to shoot it like a movie, which would be
roaming cameras.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he called it the one-eyed track because then you wouldn't see both eyes of the person. But I don't know.
Mike Myers is right, though.
He is absolutely right about that. But I mean, some of his deliveries of the jokes, I mean, if you just kind of like plant the camera there and then have them go at it, it's like, is it going to work? I don't know. Yes, no, maybe so.
I do think so. I actually went through and watched some of my favorite movies, Edgar Wright exception. But if you think about Edgar Wright, his camera's always moving, but some of my favorite moments in that movie are from a static camera shot. So when Andy drinks from, have you seen Hot Fuzz?
Yeah.
When that detective Andy has a mustache and he drinks Guinness and he gets it on his mustache, like both eyes are in that shot. Like, so they're saying to tell a good joke, you need both eyes. So Edgar Wright does adhere to that. But I watched my favorite scenes from Dr. Strangelove, where Peter Sellers is talking to the Russian president. He's asking him to turn the music down. And then the Russian president starts getting annoyed that they're about to get bombed. He's like, well, we didn't do it, Dmitri. But you see the eyes, right? And then in Royal Tenenbaums, when Luke Wilson, when Richie and Eli, Owen Wilson are talking, and their camera's panning back and forth, them going, huh? What? And then there's those weird paintings on the wall. You get both eyes in that. And then I also love... oh man, what's the other comedy bit I love? But I guess that makes sense. You do want to have both eyes.
You want to see a complete reaction.
Yeah.
Because then it looks like you're actually, you have a connection with the person who's delivering it. Mm-hmm. As opposed to just kind of like, if you have them turn to the side, then it's kind of, but is it funny? I don't know. I mean, you got to look at the other great comedy moments as well. With, Eddie Murphy's Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
I mean, the camera's literally just, you're
right in front
of them. And it's just kind of like, shot. But then again, you could take that the other way around with Quentin Tarantino when he always has his camera moving.
Yep.
With his 360 shots.
I mean, Kevin Smith always just stuck the camera in one spot, but there's so much improvisation. Like, remember,
I think Kevin Smith probably just didn't have the money.
Yeah, you're right.
to move it around.
Or wherewithal.
He had no idea what to do, and then he's like, "Oh, I figured out how to make a movie now." And then Mallrats, which I liked Mallrats. Yeah. I don't know why.
Because it just wasn't Clerks.
Then, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well,
and he had to rush it.
Obviously, because Clerks came out in 94.
He probably wrote
Clerks came out in 95.
Yeah, he wrote Clerks in 3-4 years. Had all the time, not all the time in the world to shoot it, but he didn't have any pressure. And then on this one, they're like, write, direct, cast, scout. edit.
Did you hear the commentary on that?
Yeah,
he talks
very
about
good commentary.
it's an amazing commentary. He talks about how he sold it as it was a Die Hard in a mall, which is what it is.
Yeah,
it is. It's Die Hard at a mall.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then what was I about to say? I've lost my train of thought here. It's gone.
Well, the writer Robbie Fox, one of the first movies he did.
I was floundering right there.
One of the first movies they did was called The Great O'Grady, which was a comedy about competitive spitting. I thought that was just a fantastic idea, and I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I really wanted to. He apparently has won a lot of awards, especially for that movie, and then that's what kind of threw him into the limelight as this man who could write a comedy about something so ridiculous. And then after he did this movie, he followed it up with In the Army Now.
Yeah, he wrote that.
And what's
Pauly Shore? I mean, that's a good idea. These two guys just join the military, the reserves, and then they get called up. I mean, that works as an
Stripes,
idea. Yeah. I do like the spitting idea, because you tell anybody that, they're going to smile.
Yeah, it's a goofy idea. Of course, when that came out was at the same time as when you had all these different parodies, which was like Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
And that was a hot thing for comedy.
Or Best in Show, but that hadn't happened yet.
That wasn't for another 20 years, I think.
20 years?
Best in Show was 2003? Somewhere around there?
This would have,
I think...
When was Great O'Grady?
I didn't write down the year, but I think it was mid-80s.
Son of a bitch.
What's the matter?
but I was also thinking, I'll see what you run by this, but so much comedy revolves on improv, so you can't really move the camera.
No, what would be hard? I mean, everything would have to be done with Steadicam, but the Steadicam wasn't really as popular. Well, it was. I mean, the first Steadicam, I think, came out in like the mid-70s, but it wasn't popular until the late 80s, which was the movie Street Trash was the thing that was showcasing it. But it still wasn't really like
Panaglide
a thing for people to really go out and do yet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it works a lot better to have a Steadicam with or you could do a shoulder rig, but that wouldn't really work that well either.
Well, Kubrick had Steadicam in 80, but that's Kubrick. And then Panaglide was in Halloween in 78, but those were still looked at as kind of, you can't buck the system in a couple of years. It probably takes a long time to lead on.
Definitely. And then, of course, you have people who have been working in the business forever, and they're like, I've seen things come and go, and Steadicam, what the hell is that shit?
You want me to walk?
Well, where's my chair gonna fit?
Camera operator, sit. So, I've been doing pictures since 48, and I haven't walked 6 steps.
I shot Spartacus. And,
sitting down the entire time.
My ass has been swollen since 1961.
To be honest, I can't use my... People can hear me. My hotel's always on the first floor. My hotel room. I moved to Florida to get one of those really big single-story homes.
I live in 2 retirement homes just so I can scoot from one to the other. I call it shopping. It's like...
Steps? What? Drive-through is the greatest thing to ever happen to me.
You go to hell if you'd say that word again.
Who is this
crew
guy?
members were shot because they mentioned the word step.
Hank Cleveland, cinematographer.
Speaking of...
When I won my Oscar, I stayed in my seat. They brought it to me.
They call that the Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
I miss Jack Nicholson at the Oscars, man. I loved having him and like showing up drunk and announcing Best Picture.
Yeah.
That was what the Oscars was to me.
Now it's just, you love me.
Oh gosh, it's turned into such... Where's the drunken guys at? The last good one was with James Franco and what's her name?
Or he just Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, that was the last good one.
I felt bad for her. He just stood there with his eyes half open, and she was just flop sweating because he was giving him nothing.
That was such a good Oscars.
Chevy Chase should have done it.
Oh God, I couldn't
remember his talk show where he ran out of things to say to Goldie Hawn. He just started dancing with her. It's amazing. But this movie. I guess we'll go back to this.
I was going to say, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Starting, speaking of, we were talking about Stanley Kubrick briefly. The producers on this, Bernard Williams, he started out as an AD. Well, he didn't start out, but he started as a PA, obviously. But after he got his days, he's an AD. And he AD'd on a lot of Stanley Kubrick films, such as he started out as an AD doing a lot of 1960s, like beach movies and a lot of those. And then he switched to producing, starting with Stanley Kubrick movies. Jeez. So he produced A Clockwork Orange, Barry Lyndon, and then he moved to Flash Gordon, and one of my personal favorite movies, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
What a nightmare.
And he also AD'd on that.
Really?
Can you imagine being an AD and a producer?
Save money. That's why.
That's the reason why I did it.
I ain't paying no AD.
That explains everything about that movie now.
Yeah. Dirty Rotten Day, what save money? But imagine being a producer on a Kubrick movie. Because you can't say no to him. So here's our budget, $50 million. He's going to go a year long. So our budget's $80 million. Does that make sense?
I want it to take place in the 1700s.
Yep.
And I want massive battle scenes.
Everything's bespoke.
And it all has to be period specific.
I want brand new paintings.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It just sounds like you're being tortured.
I want you to thaw out Picasso. Wait, that's not even the right time period. But yeah, thaw out Matisse. No, that's not even the right time period. Never mind, I'm losing it. But yeah, I mean, you know how Nancy Travis ended up on this movie?
Well, Sharon Stone turned it down.
Yeah.
And so did Madonna. No, Madonna was another movie, sorry. But yeah, Sharon Stone turned it down.
And her husband, Rob Fried, was the producer on this movie. And so she made a joke. She's like, I was literally sleeping with the producer. But she said, hey, I would love to be in this because she was doing good movies. And when they fell out, they just screen tested Nancy and had her along Mike, and they were great together.
Yeah, they worked out.
I love her in this movie. She's really good.
She's really likable. She's very friendly, and she just seems like she's having a good time. Except for that, I'm sure you read about this, but whenever they're doing the scene in the butcher shop and Mike Myers is goofing around, she accidentally cut off a part of her finger.
Really?
Yeah. So she's like screaming like, cut, cut, cut. And they're just like, well, this is
No, we're
about
going to
Mike
keep
Myer.
going. We got to keep shooting. No, I cut my pinky out.
Like, whoa, my God.
Cut. Wait, are we talking about me or the camera?
Confusion everywhere.
The cinematographer, I'm not getting up for this.
You just keep on laughing, girl.
Tell me cut.
Jeez, I've shot 3 movies involving Kirk Douglas. Not once did he complain. So,
Have you seen Planet of the Apes?
have you seen
The guy who shot that, I trained.
Have you seen Paths of Glory? We literally had to recreate another war for that movie. I didn't move once.
Kubrick kept saying, hey, Hank, walk over here. And I'd say, Kubrick, walk
Kiss
over
my
here.
ass.
Yeah. How about you come over here, Kubrick?
Kiss my chair.
They laid down so much dolly track so I could go around the entire set on the dolly.
You thought that crane move in the Silent House was impressive? You should have seen the train move.
You know how they got me on top of that crane shot? By using another crane to pick me up.
We put Jordan out of business with how many cranes that we got, all right?
You know those cranes that move at angles? They were developed because of me. Because there were only straight moving dollies when I was around. So they made these dollies that made circles. Because I said, I can't just go in straight lines.
They were just picking up the track, putting it on the other end.
Yep. And then we had 4 dolly grips. Normally 1 dolly gets 1. We had 4.
Big budget.
I used the same 4 dolly grips for 8 pictures. I still don't know their names.
Steve, I think, is one of them.
I just used to call him, hey, you.
I just called them all Josh.
Yeah. You should all be here at the same time anyway. Hey, Josh, give me a coffee. Which one? All 4.
I want 2 cups and 5 creamers. What?
Josh, you get the coffee, you get the creamer, you get the sugar, you get the another coffee for yourself, for the 4 of you.
And give me a Danish.
Yeah.
It comes from Scotland.
Josh, you go get that Danish. Some haggis.
Oh, my God.
Hey, that brings us back in the movie.
We always got to bring it back.
So what do you think about the beatnik poetry?
I thought it was fairly accurate. I do hang out at a lot of coffee shops and a lot of spoken word poetry, so I thought I liked how he cheekily did it. How I love the beginning, the opening joke, and how I love that opening shot.
That was Thomas Schlamm's way of saying, "There's no joke here. I'm going to go one take." Probably steady cam.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
So one take. That's a lot of work.
I mean, exactly. Especially choreographing all the extras, and especially the shot. Whenever what was it? The stop and go light, and then like stopped, and then you don't know why, because you haven't figured out why we're stopping, and then you see the light go green, and then the cup keeps on moving. I was like, oh, that's so brilliant. I was like, I love that whole shot. And then you bring this gigantic cup of coffee, which is obviously ludicrously oversized, and goes, I'm sorry, there's a mistake with my order. I ordered the large
cappuccino. Hello. But I that shot though was, you don't see any more of those.
Yeah, they really should have put more into that.
I thought Thomas really dug doing that. That was probably his favorite shot of the movie. And wait,
I wish there was a commentary on this DVD. That way, I would have loved to have listened to Thomas talk about
bare bones. Now, why was I love Anthony LaPaglia's character in this movie, and I especially love him with Alan Arkin, and I love him with Brenda Fricker. Those are some brilliant scenes. But why was he dressed like Huggy Bear in the beginning? Just for a joke?
I think that might have been just putting as a joke, because obviously he doesn't dress like that throughout the whole movie.
So maybe he was working.
I thought it was just more of like a throwback to the Starsky and Hutch show, that maybe probably everyone involved in that show and the movie was probably big fans of it. Big fan of Starsky and Hutch. I mean, it was a massive show. So they had to throw in a line about Huggy Bear, which I was like, I thought it was kind of like a nice throwaway line.
But it doesn't fit the rest of the movie because his character is not that guy.
He's not an idiot either. I love how with Alan Arkin.
Oh, he's so funny,
he's like, get your canola eating ass out of here. Tone it down with the racism, bring it up with a little bit of the sexism, and he's like, I know. I love how it's like he wants his boss to be the stereotype. Yeah, he wants him to be like this boss that comes in there like, listen up, like throwing things around. Give me your badge. You already took it, you know. And he's like he wants that, but he's like, but that's just not me, man. It's like. You know, I mean, I love how Alan Arkin is just like, look, man, I mean, a lot of the paperwork here, I mean, it's a lot of...
Go to the commissioner. You gotta go talk to the commissioner.
Yeah, he's like, see, the thing is, I don't talk to him. He's like, that's not my job. I don't talk to him.
I talked to a committee. And he tells, so he's all nice, and then when he tries to be like a hardcore boss, he tells Anthony LaPaglia, he's like, get your spaghetti bending butt back to Milan. What is that?
I love that
Get your
line.
spaghetti bending butt back to Milan. And he said something. What a great bit, right? Oh man, I love that scene. And I also like how we establish how he isn't good with we're going back to Mike Myers, Charlie, about how he isn't good with women. But I kind of love that, with the one girlfriend's a thief. He doesn't know where his cat is. He says Jill was in the mafia, La Cosa Nostra. And then he said Pam smelled like soup.
It's funny when I remember that line, I was like, I've met people a lot like that. They smell like soup. And you're like, I don't think you've eaten soup lately.
Yeah.
And you're just like, why do you smell like soup?
He's just a guy who is afraid of commitment.
I think that's where the horror of it lies. Because I read an interview with Mike Myers from 2005, where he said that that's where the horror of the movie lies with him, was that his character is afraid of commitment. So is why is her name escaping?
Nancy Travis.
Exactly. That's where the horror of it is that they both are afraid to commit.
Harriet. Harbinger bung of haggis.
Unlove Ed.
This poem.
I love that because I was like, that was pretty accurate. A lot of the like beat poetry. And some of the...
I got to ask you this. So Mike Myers meets her, and she knows karate. She knows only you in 7 languages, and she's had 3 husbands disappear on her wedding night. Why does she keep changing her name? And why do cops? Does that make does she know her sister's in on it?
She has to know that her sister. Remember, because then she knows that her sister's in on it. So she changes the name so that the police don't figure out that it's them, and they just keep moving around. Because I guess back in the 90s and everything before the internet, people could do things like that, and it would be hard to trace them.
Or did she try to escape San Francisco, and her sister keeps following her and killing people, and then she can't? Is she trying to protect her sister?
I think she's trying to protect her sister because she really does love her, but she is hoping that when she sees that she has found a good person, that her sister won't kill them. I mean, you got to imagine the guys that she was with before that. I mean, I don't know much about the karate instructor. Probably was like an okay guy, but maybe she didn't like the plumber. The lounge singer probably was a terrible guy.
Yes, thank you. Next on it,
you never see too many love stories about lounge singers except for Beyond the Sea.
Thank you. Tip your waitress. You. I am a lounge singer. Hey, who's that guy?
Only you. You make my
lounge lizard. But they don't spend any time on it.
They kind of briefly wash over that, but I think the more focus would just be on the comedy, and I think that they wanted people to more focus on that. Obviously, they wanted the audience to believe that Harriet was the killer.
Yeah.
So they put a strong focus on that. But then I guess does the other characters really matter? Not really.
How do they live in such a giant house or loft in San Francisco? And how does she own a butcher shop?
I pointed this out when I was watching it. I was like, there's no way in hell that would exist. I mean, she's a butcher shop. She works in a butcher shop. She owns this banging ass apartment.
I mean, her butcher shop's busy, but she just went back to it, right?
Well, it ain't that busy.
Yeah.
I can give it that.
I mean, that in San Francisco is crazy expensive.
Oh, yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah, God, Jesus.
And traffic is murderous. I don't know what I'm talking about there. Lampshades.
That traffic is murderous. Now back to Mark in the morning.
Welcome back. So, triple homicide this morning. It was hilarious.
They were all done by axe murderer. One was a plumber. The other one...
karate instructor and a lounge lizard. Now the weather. It's gonna rain.
The first time this year. I saw a few clouds, but I wasn't expecting it to happen.
Traffic? Horrible. Is that it?
Someone's dancing on the freeway.
That sounds like a song. That sounds like a Bruce Springsteen song.
Oh my God. I was dancing on the freeway.
Courtney Cox is with him.
Oh, God.
Wait, that's Dancer in the Dark?
I think I'm the only person on the planet that doesn't really like Bruce Springsteen.
That's a Bjork movie, isn't it?
Dancer in the Dark?
Yeah.
Sounds like something she would have done.
That's a Lars von Trier film.
That sounds like a movie he definitely would have done.
Have you seen Melancholia?
I'm afraid to watch that movie. I know Antichrist ruined my weekend.
Yeah, that was not good.
That was not a good... Because a friend of mine was really trying to get me into Lars von Trier. He was like, he's the greatest.
Melancholia isn't like those, though.
I mean, it sounds like it's going to destroy my month.
It's depressing. But they use phantom cameras and super slow motion, beautiful cinematography. So while it'll crush your soul and put you in a headlock and then kick you in the nards and then drop you down a roof and plumb you like Mike Myers had on.
You're not selling this movie to me.
But afterward, like when it's all better, you're just going to be like, it was worth it. Does that make sense?
It's kind of like when you watch
Mighty Ducks
Requiem
2
for a Dream. Yeah, Mighty Ducks 2.
I'll never watch that movie again.
No, I've seen it twice, and that was about the most I could ever handle in my lifetime.
I saw it, 2002, and I can still replay the whole thing in my head.
I saw it in college, and I was like...
Are movies ever like that? We just remember everything about them?
Certain films, I think ones that hit a nerve with you, you can probably do that. Like, I mean, when I saw The Evil Dead for the first time, it definitely... I could remember everything about that. And then East of Eden, I think, would be another one.
Exit to Eden?
Ugh, yeah, that movie. Who wants to see a movie about Rosie O'Donnell as a dominatrix undercover cop?
The 90s, man.
Starring Dan Aykroyd as well.
I got that on Columbia House. But yeah, so good.
It wasn't available on BMG.
How about this? Let's take a break. We have a lot more to talk about. We have a lot more to unpack. And when we come back, we'll talk more So I Married an Axe-Murderer. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And Chris, what I really want to do is I want to talk about the cornucopia, the plethora of amazing supporting actors in this movie. But I want to recreate a scene where Anthony LaPaglia's character Tony tries to commandeer a car to go save Michael Myers from Harriet. And he meets Charles Grodin. You ready for this?
No.
All right. Hey. Excuse me, sir. I'm with the San Francisco Police Department. This is official police business. I would like to commandeer this vehicle.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I happen to know for a fact that you don't have the right to commandeer my vehicle.
Please? Can I commandeer this vehicle?
No.
You're just not gonna bend on this commandeering thing, are you?
No. That was a great scene. I love that moment with Charles Grodin, because when he popped up on the screen, I was like, ah! Yeah. Like, yeah, because like he did a lot of like roles, but he wasn't like he was a thing, but yeah. Just kind of like neat and cheeky to see him like, there he is.
And then he's like, can you stay around here because I might have to arrest somebody and take him back? And he just drives away.
He's like, what the hell's with that guy?
Would you stop doing that? And then also the pilot played by
he's
Stephen
like
Wright.
tapping on his
Would you stop doing that? He's like, oh, this bothers you?
No.
But also Stephen Wright, correct, is in this, and he's really funny. And he's like, when do you think we'll get there? He's like, soon, but I have no concept of time. He's like, have you done this before? Well, I've never done it at night. And then he falls asleep. Like, he's such a weird little character. And I also love Phil Hartman. And
Phil Hartman, folks around here call me Vicky. And there's no explanation why.
My name's John Johnston, but everyone calls me Vicky. And then they're like, Vicky's great. Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah. And he tells that story with Al Capone. He's like, they took out his eyeballs, and then they all took turns peeing on him. Like,
and it was ocular cavities.
And they break into a conversation. So then, with Harriet, and he's like,
I want that gif. I don't care if it's a gif or gif, but when he interrupts Phil Hartman, the look that Phil Hartman gives him, I want. And also, hey guys, all right, I need someone to do me a favor. In the movie Wanderlust, right? There's a scene where Ken Marino's character's in his house, and Paul Rudd says something sassy to him, and Ken Marino just freaks out. He's like, "In my house? In my house?" And he starts running around shaking like the Hulk. If you can get me a gif of that, because I don't know how to do it, because I'm still in the 20th century. But if you can do that for me from Wanderlust, you'll be my best friend. Just anybody out there who's listening.
You could probably do that on an app. I know, yeah, right? Like, I just recently downloaded the Hulu app, and I was blown away. I was like, oh my god, I can watch Annihilation?
On my phone?
On my phone? Like, I was completely oblivious to this.
Yep. Alex Garland might hate you, though.
Well,
but you've already seen it on the big screen.
Hey, yeah. That was a dynamite movie.
So good. One of my favorite movies of last year.
When I went to go see that, I brought a friend of mine, and she didn't understand it. And I was like, she left, and then she said she was going to the bathroom, and then came back after like 20 minutes, and she was like, this movie's so boring. And I was like, you're clearly an idiot. I'm trying to watch this great, fantastic film.
And I love how after he talks about peeing into a guy's ocular cavities, Vicky just goes, this way to the cafeteria. And then, so you have these really great supporting characters that you like. And then I also like the guy at the hotel. So Mike Myers and Nancy Travis are on their honeymoon. And she's like, I got a headache. I got to go to the bathroom. And the guy at the desk looks at Mike Myers and goes, do you really think she has a headache? But and then Debbie Mazur has a funny line where they're like, "What would be better? You eat a sandwich and get a Band-Aid, and they're saying all these gross things."
Yeah.
And then Debbie
you get
Mazur,
struck by lightning.
Yeah, you get electrocuted. Yeah.
I mean, no, it was terrible. It's happened to me.
It was bad. And then she's like, I guess you had to be there.
Yeah.
But no, this movie's really fleshed out. And the mom, Brenda Fricker, the dad, I mean, the little kid, he's hilarious. I mean, with his, orange on a toothpick and like looking like Sputnik. But
I read an interview with him. He said people thought that they were a little too harsh on him. I guess looking back at it now, you know how they always 25 years later, how do you feel about it now? And he's like, I didn't really care. I turned 16, so I was on a movie set with, comedians when I was 16. I didn't care. And they were like, well, we really wanted this interview to be something. Yeah, he was just like, I just kind of walked around and ate chocolate.
I was in San Francisco walking around. But I mean, the dad was a drunk. And obviously the guy hammered a bunch of beers.
Oh, yeah.
And I like when he yells at Mike Myers at the end of it. And he's like, you've been here for your hour. Like, so I guess he only stays for an hour. And then Brenda Fricker just starts making out with Tony. And she's like, ooh, you grew up a sexy fella, didn't you? And he didn't expect that. In an interview, I think it was with Slate, she just jumped him. And,
I mean, he looks like he's definitely surprised.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then she's like, oh, you grew up to be a wee sexy fella, didn't you? She's so good when she's explaining Mrs. X, which is the nickname for I guess Amanda,
she read in the paper.
Yeah, Amanda Plummer's person. I love her though, and I love that point that she makes. They're like, well, this is all fake news. She's like, yeah, but it's the 8th highest circulated thing in the world. But her line reading, just that scene where she looks at baby bat born from woman. That's a fact. But the way she reads it is gold. How she does that. She really believes. I love Brenda Fricker, man, because she's very funny in this movie, and I liked Stuart, Mike Myers' dad. I thought he was funny. I mean, he was. Yeah, it was good. It didn't feel shoehorned in.
Roger Ebert said that this movie was a real comedy film. Disguised as a good comedy film disguised as a bad comedy film.
Hey.
Or within it was a bad comedy film. I forget what the exact quote was, but he said that the bad comedy was the movie that we have. The good comedy was The Parents.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's just its solid goal. He's like, he was saying that he wanted to see a movie about that, which I can go either way. I think it would get burned out pretty quick, but it was definitely a great little.
I love those two.
Ad. Yeah, it's fun.
Why would Mike Myers be afraid of commitment though? Because, his parents argue and they yell at each other, but they obviously love each other. They've been together for 30 years. They know how to deal with each other. So why is he afraid of commitment?
Maybe because he's going through his Jack Kerouac thing, and he's just kind of like, it might be a little bit of that. I mean, there's no real talking about that, but it's like, it seems like he's going through the beatnik hipster thing.
Yeah.
That was like the rebirth in the early 90s, which was from the 50s. And they're like, oh, well, we got to learn to just be with each other, and like, we can't just tie ourselves down with one person. And maybe that's kind of where it goes, but
and he
does have some legit excuses for not liking his other girlfriends. I mean, being in the mob.
She was just unemployed.
Yeah.
Well, she had to get money from somewhere.
Yeah, right? The one stole his cat.
Yeah, I mean, that's game over.
She broke my heart and stole my cat.
And he's probably popular.
Jody!
So in 91, 92, he's kind of the hip thing. So I bet you ladies are liking him because of his poetry.
Yeah. He's probably getting a lot of ladies.
He's like the one guy who could swing dance. In like 96.
And he still has
when swingers came out, when the swing became popular for 6 months, that guy cleaned up.
I love it when I did a commercial before. I was talking to a guy who was like 23, and he was like telling me about how he loved the 90s and blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh, did you know that like in the 90s there was a big swing revival? He's like, what? He's like, yeah, for like a good year, swing was like a full blown comeback. Some of those bands are still performing and are still really good.
Swingers made it cool though.
It did. I loved it. I watched that movie again for the first time in almost a decade the other day, and it's still fantastic.
Heather Graham is super likable in that movie. You can see how she got a bunch of roles. Also, that phone call scene where he calls the lady from The Replacements 18 times on these messages. That's so uncomfortable.
Oh, God. And he shoots it just like in like Taxi Driver, where you don't actually see him the entire time because it's so painful to watch him just beating himself up. And then she's just like, hey, don't call me again.
Yeah. And that was such a good score for him, too. He was so happy about that.
I love Vince Vaughn, too. A young Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, young.
He said in the movie, he says that he's 24.
And Favreau was all ripped up in this one, too.
Yeah.
Now he looks like a big, mafia don.
Yeah. With curly hair.
Yeah.
Somehow he got like this really massive curly hair. I don't know.
But, I mean, So Mike Myers would probably be a popular beatnik guy in
Speaking of hair, what about Mike Myers' hair? He had the classic bowl cut.
The natural, that's his hair, right?
That's like the natural, that was the look in the 90s. Remember? Everybody had that bowl cut, parted in the middle. I know I did.
I had a bowl cut.
Everybody did. It was cool.
No, I read something cool about from Den of Geek. They're like, this isn't a deep film, only that it has an interesting point to make where humor comes from. And it also makes you think about how hard it is to let down your guard with someone and to stop being endlessly funny. When can you relax and simply be yourself? And when you watch this movie, he uses humor all the time, like a defense mechanism to not be himself, but then he kind of is afraid to be himself with her. It's an interesting dynamic. People.
And then he does have to be himself at the end to save her.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting how he uses that as like a self-defense mechanism, his humor.
Yeah, I never thought of it.
Den of Geek has a really good article about it, but they read it. And then I also love the ending. So they built a 16-foot replica roof by the production designer built it for the hotel they're at. It was the Dunsmuir House of Gardens in Oakland.
Which you can still go, you can go and visit, and they shot a bunch of things there.
And they built a 16-foot replica, and I love that bit. So in our cliffhanger pod, Adam brought it up because we were doing like which movie characters can hang from things the best. I don't know if you, and he picked Mike Myers from this. And for 90 seconds, he's hanging from that roof with one arm while she's trying to axe one hand or the other. And what Anthony LaPaglia
right between his fingers is like,
ooh, and Nancy Travis. And Anthony LaPaglia are Tony and Harriet are talking, and you just hear in the background, that's a funny bit right there.
That one always makes me laugh.
And speaking of axes, did you? There was an article out. I think it was by Vice, or maybe so. It was a thread on Reddit, and then they figured it out where. In some of the movie posters, there was an axe behind her back. So if you look at the movie, right, we're looking at the Blu-ray cover. And oh wait, that's a completely different one.
Yeah, that one definitely is a lot.
That
one looks like the cover that you're showing me right now looks like The Man Who Cried Wife.
So
that's what it looks like.
It's Mike Myers with a cheeky grin with a bowl cut, and Nancy Travis in the background holding an axe. But if you remember the other ones, it's the two of them looking at each other. So
she has the axe behind her back.
But that only happened in. Did you read this article? So he had flowers behind her back, and in the 1999 DVD release, she had an axe behind her back. But all the promotional posters, they found all the posters for it and Blu-ray covers and everything. She doesn't have one, but one DVD release did. So somebody probably saw it, and then
they reissued it. Oh wow!
And then so he was like, "Am I crazy, or did they?" It's like me and the Goonies with the octopus or the squid that I saw it on the Disney Channel.
Oh yeah, because then you're like, "Did that actually happen?" Yeah. You're like, "Well, in certain ones it did."
And when I was super young, you have VHS tapes. You don't have DVDs that come out to watch the deleted scenes. So
you catch that one line of the kid saying, "Yeah, and the squid was really scary," and you're like, "Wait." I don't remember that.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, did I make that up in my head? But so this kid thought he made it up, but it turns out in 1999 they released that. And then in Australia now, the Blu-ray has her with the axe behind her back. So people weren't crazy. I just wanted to let you know that.
So I guess they reissued it because the one guy saw that and then he was like, this would have been a good idea. Or maybe he made up the whole thing thinking that that'd be a good idea to add that anyways.
Yeah.
That would be I think it is a lot smarter than to put the flowers back there.
Yeah. I mean, I just like that because it made me think about my Goonies thing. But there's a couple lines though I want to run by you that I kind of love. I love when Nancy Travis is like, what do you look for in a woman? He's like, normally I should say humor and heart and warmth, but I'm going to say breast size. And then she laughs. I love when she's like, oh my gosh. Like she laughed. I thought that was hilarious when she said that, her reaction to him. I thought that was kind of funny. But that's a good line, right?
Yeah.
When I heard that when I was 13, I'm like, this guy's the coolest dude in the world.
He speaks the truth.
Yeah. But, I don't know. And I want to ask your thoughts about Chubby Wubby Boom Room tea.
What?
Remember when she offers him tea and he calls it Chubby Wubby Boom Room tea? The look, you were taking a sip of coffee and then you swallowed really hard and just what?
I don't remember that line.
What about the 30-minute juice scene? That was totally unnecessary, right? Because... like, your family member poisons you, then she comes in with a juice that she spent 30 minutes on perfectly at that time. That's a bit. That bit didn't work for me. Did you like the juice scene in this movie? Remember when, the majority of the time you're poisoned by a loved one or family. And then, you don't remember this? Nancy Travis walks in with this juice. She's like, I spent 30 minutes on it.
Oh, and he's like, never mind. My mind went somewhere else. I was like, are you talking about like they really spent a good portion of the movie making a juice? And I don't remember that.
It's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. When she brought
scenes.
It out.
But he's like, I'm going to brush my teeth. It's a weird scene.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, because he's convinced that his wife or his soon-to-be wife is going to kill him. So.
I guess the timing felt a little contrived, but I guess you got to move the plot forward. And then she's like, and then she asked him if he ever wants to kill people. Because trust, like you and I stayed together, I could kill you at any time.
Yeah, and then, would you,
No, you aren't big on that point?
Well, I just small little points I didn't really think about.
And I love when he breaks up with her and comes back and he's like, I'm gonna go see a therapist or a psychiatrist, but I'm not sure my insurance will cover it. That's a good bit. Maybe that was a original script bit.
He gets the whole band to go up on the roof.
Oh, yeah.
To play.
Harriet.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Loving.
Any other bits you want to cover in this film?
I did really like Anthony LaPaglia's character. I thought he was a great sidekick.
Yeah.
I don't know if later on in life. I mean, he does do a really good job as side characters later on when he was in Mixed Nuts. Yeah, you remember that?
Empire Records.
I'm the only person that didn't like that movie. I never liked that movie. I'm sorry. Like I can't say that was a good movie. It was so terrible. And people go, why not? Because they already made that movie.
Chris, put the knife down. You look very angry. Put the axe down, Chris.
Stop carrying that switchblade everywhere you go.
You have a butterfly knife that you're like right in front of my face.
Look like you need a little shave there, Mark. But they made that movie the year before called Clerks.
Yeah.
And like it immediately comes out because as soon as Clerks came out, a bajillion movies that were just like Kevin Smith movies came out, and everyone was like going, "Yeah, it was like that. That's cool." And it's like, no, it's like they're knockoff films.
I guess what maybe people Empire Records is more accessible because it's not just a bunch of dudes and women giving dead men fellatio. I guess it's more of like a mixed crowd.
It's just like, I mean, having a bunch of grunge kids that work into a pretentious rich kids that work in a record store and they're saying what's good and what isn't.
But I like the criminal kid that comes in, tries to shoot up the place. I like Ethan Embry. He gets eaten by the Guar people. Yeah. I mean, I guess that movie works for me.
It just didn't do anything for me. I never liked that movie.
Tell me your real thoughts, Chris.
But I mean, he
put the grenade down, Chris Kelly.
Stop flattening my tires. I'll do it when you tell me you don't like Empire Records. Back to the screaming on top of a gas station again. Then he did Annabelle Creation, which remember he played the male character. He was great in that.
He got his fingers ripped.
You got fucked. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. You can drop 2 F-bombs. It's fine.
But that was a great movie too. I like how you recommended that too, because I was like, I didn't like Annabelle, and you're like, oh, watch Annabelle Creation, you'll like that one. And I was like, wow, that was a very enjoyable movie.
I just had to put together a video for Rotten Tomatoes, like the data and all these questions and facts and everything for Annabelle versus Chucky, and I got to revisit a lot of those Annabelle moments from that movie. I mean, Annabelle cuts a woman in half, nails her hands to a wall, and like crucifies her with just her top half.
That's pretty gangsta.
Yeah, it's mean.
Then what have we got with Chucky? All he did was terrorize another dude.
Yeah, he just has one-liners.
He did trap a guy in a garbage.
Yeah.
That was Child's Play 3.
I mean, there's some good kills in there. And there's an industrial fan that wipes somebody out.
No, they probably got that from Alien 3.
Remember industrial fan wipes somebody out?
Yeah, remember when the guy's like, hey, it's my dog. Wait, what are you doing down there?
Was this an Australian guy?
I don't know where that movie takes place, but everybody has these weird accents that none of them match.
And poor Charles Dance.
Charles
Dutton. Charles Dance is from Game of Thrones. And then Charles Grodin is from this movie. But no, he keeps getting sacrificed in movies.
Charles Dutton?
Yeah. In Alien 3, he gets sacrificed.
He always,
in Mimic, he sacrifices himself. And then in Legion, he sacrifices himself.
Or is he religious or born again religious in any of those movies? Because I know in Alien 3, he's like a born again Christian.
Alien 3, he is. Mimic, he's just a cool cop that goes down there and sacrifices himself. And then in Legion, he's battling hell. But I don't know if he was religious or not.
That's pretty gangsta, too.
Yeah.
Speaking of gangsters, Anthony LaPaglia was the original choice for Tony Soprano.
Really?
He was. Wouldn't that be an interesting show?
There would have been a lot less breathing. You know what I'm talking?
You trying to say you don't like the way I am? I didn't like his voice.
Who?
Tony Soprano.
Just the breathing.
I thought it was a little bit too much. I thought the first season, it started out as a comedy because it was originally written as a comedy because it's a mob boss going to see his psychiatrist, and then it turns, dark drama, which it is an amazing show.
You like analyze this with De Niro.
God, those movies.
Yeah. But so any other things you want to talk about? I think we've kind of covered a lot of this movie. Guy, more notes? You got more behind the scenes stuff for me?
I just wanted to talk a little bit about maybe the actors, Amanda Plummer, who starting with this movie, you know, she then became known as like the kooky girl and everything. Yeah. Like she was always known as the girl that's like not quite right. Where she was in Pulp Fiction and Prophecy.
She was so good.
She was in Hunger Games Catching Fire, and one of my personal favorite movies, which you either get it or you don't, Satan's Little Helper, which is streaming right now on Crackle. She always has like the character that's like kind of off, and she's always like a supporting character, but she's not like that at all in real life. She's a very like sweet and genuine woman, which is kind of weird because you would expect, you know, maybe she's kind of like that because every character she does, she's just kind of like a little, kind of like a Jerry Lewis.
What do you get? She got
She probably got stereotyped starting in the 80s.
Yeah.
And then with this movie, and then that just kind of continued on because everyone just knew her as that person. Because it was hard for actors to break out of those roles.
Yeah.
But of course now, since there's like a bajillion different streaming services and different platforms for actors to express themselves, yeah, you can change at the drop of a hat.
They're a revelation.
Yeah.
You know, like if someone turns in a decent role and people are like, my mind is blown.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maggie.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck was that?
My life is over.
I did not see that coming.
He's a good actor.
He's amazing in that movie. I was completely blown away. I mean, that was like, what, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, Stallone doing a movie where his character's not on the verge of death.
Copland.
He's on the verge of death.
Yeah.
Like...
Creed.
He
Rocky.
almost dies in Creed.
Oh yeah, he does.
That was the whole thing.
Demolition Man. Oh, he's getting shot at.
Yeah, he's pretty much on the verge of death. I would say over the top. Over the top.
He's almost always dying.
Yeah, in every movie that he does.
Tango and Cash.
Cobra.
I
love Cobra.
Stop or my mom will shoot.
God, remember that scene where he's having a dream sequence where he's shooting a gun in a diaper? I read an article with Sylvester Stallone talking about that movie. He's like, hey, I did the movies, I needed a paycheck. Yeah. It's like, yeah, well, it shows.
I know that, I think Arnold tricked Stallone into doing Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Have you heard about that?
Too, yeah.
Where Arnold said that he put out fake articles saying that he was going to do Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, and then Stallone's like, I need this movie. So Stallone took it, and Arnold's just like, ha ha.
Yeah, I guarantee he probably did this as a joke, but then he's like, then he did Last Action Hero, which I like that movie. I don't know why people...
It's just different. It was in his heyday.
It was so cool.
Yeah, it was in his heyday, and it was very meta. Shane Black writes like that, but it could have gone over people's heads, too. Which is
I think
different.
Just didn't get it. And then, yeah.
Charles Dance is the bad guy in that one. Bringing it back. Right,
speaking of bringing it back, I worked with the cinematographer that's of this movie, So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Did he tell you any stories?
He did not. I didn't have much of contact with him, but he was a very nice man when I worked with him on The Boss.
Hey,
Michelle Darnell.
Yeah.
Julio Macat, I think is how you say his last name. He was a nice guy and very, very obviously educated in cinematography. So when I saw his name on this, I was like, I know who he is.
So he's been working.
Oh yeah,
everybody on this movie worked afterwards.
Oh god, yeah, they're still going.
Yeah.
You know, all the producers after Robert Fried did this, he did Rudy, the movie Only You, which is an awesome movie if you haven't seen it.
Robert Downey Jr., Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, that's a great movie. Godzilla, Boondock Saints.
Yeah, they made, and then Nancy Travis is still working. She's making bank on Last Man Standing. Of course, you know, Mike Myers hasn't done though. Anthony LaPaglia got on that show. I don't know, one of those crime shows.
Yeah, that's what happens to so many different actors. So many good actors. What was his name?
You shoot what? 3-4 days a week, 3 days a week.
Yeah, and if you're not interested in really exploring anything else as far as acting goes, and you're trying to make money, that's the route to go.
Or you got like a family and you just don't want to leave. Go to LA and work on CSI, you know, Frankfurt.
Yeah.
And
to CSI Chambersburg.
Yeah, just shoots on stages, knock it out, boom, get paid $250,000 an episode, $500,000 an episode, and you're out.
What's the name of that guy that was in all those movies, all those shows? He's the really tall guy with the gray hair.
Ted Danson?
No.
He was in CSI.
Was he?
Yeah.
I was in CSI.
I was in CSI.
CSI was like the Tales from the Crypt of the time. I mean, look at Tales from the Crypt. Like, name one person who wasn't involved in those.
Yeah.
Like literally every actor, every producer, I mean, the producing credits on Tales from the Crypt it reads like a laundry list.
It's like Law and Order.
Yeah, it's like Law and Order.
You know, like Crime of the Week people.
What was the name of that actor? But he started doing those, and then he did every one of them for nearly like 20 years. You know what I'm talking about? The really tall guy with the gray hair and the black eyebrows. He's in like every one of those.
Yeah, Hank Cleveland.
Chuck Finley's brother.
Yeah, still haven't set up.
Yeah. Oh, I just wanted to add
Yeah.
that if you are interested in watching So I Married an Axe Murderer, it's streaming on Crackle and Pluto TV.
Hey.
Or you can go to my the place that I like to go to whenever we're reviewing these movies, which is Videodrome. And for $5, you can keep it for a week. You can get the DVD. I don't think they have the Blu-ray, but they have the DVD there.
And they were super honest with you too.
They were dead honest with me whenever I went there to go get it, because I went to go when I went to go rent it for this podcast. The guy was like, "Well, there's nothing really on it." It's like, in all honesty, I would just stream it.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Thank you for your honesty," because you don't normally get that from anybody ever. Really, they just try to sell it to you. But he was just like, "Nah, man, don't waste your $5."
If you guys got a 30-second ad, I'll play it on my podcast.
Or if you want us to do advertising, I would love to do advertising for Videodrome.
Yeah, let us know. Chris Kelly, talk to him next time.
I'll probably be in there next week or this weekend to get another movie.
Skulking around.
Skulking around. That's my hangout. Well, it's across the street from Manuel's Tavern. I mean, go there, get a couple of beers. Like, I feel like watching a Kurosawa movie.
Exit to Eden.
Yeah. Try to convince your girlfriend to watch, we're gonna rent Bullet. Oh man, I tried to do that before. Like, trying to convince a friend of mine to watch. Like, they're like, "Oh, you think you know car chase movies? We're gonna watch the 7-Ups," and they're like, "What? You mean the police chief from Jaws was in another movie?" You're like, "Ugh."
Dude, I love that guy. Have you seen Sorcerer?
No, I've been telling you. Remember, we had that conversation when it came out, because William Friedkin did an interview.
I have the signed poster. William Friedkin signed it. You're looking right over there.
That is some serious bragging rights.
That's awesome.
Do you know they're going to be showing that at the Plaza? I think it's like next month.
Classic movie. Go see it.
I want to see it. If I'm not working, I'm totally going to see it.
I'll podcast about it.
I would love to do that.
All right. Sounds good. My buddy David Thompson works at Alamo in Austin, Texas. And he knows I'm a big Sorcerer Friedkin fan. So he got that signed for me and sent it to me. That's awesome.
Man, that is pretty cool. Because I remember when that came out, the reissue of that, or the Blu-ray of it.
Yep.
And then he was on a podcast that I listened to, WTF with Mark Maron. And you were like, "How have you never seen this movie?"
It's one of Tarantino's favorites.
I don't doubt it.
It's going to change your life. You're going to be like, where have I been my whole life?
There's a lot of movies that are like that whenever I see them. It's like, how did I never hear about this?
There's not enough time.
But, I mean, I do watch a lot of movies. I watched, what was it, Sam Was Here the other day. If you haven't seen that, it's a good one, too.
What about Ricky was here, too?
Ricky went to the bathroom. What about that?
All right, so...
Oh, sorry. It is streaming, but Videodrome does have it for $5.
Yeah, if you're in Atlanta and if you're in the area, definitely stop by there. So it's time for our next segment. I'll cue us in. Chris Kelly recommendations. Chris Kelly recommendations.
Thank you, Mark.
What movies you got for us?
Well, my recommendations, I wanted to go, as you know, I like to recommend some movies that if you do like this movie, So I Married an Axe Murderer, or any movie that we do review, I do like to say a couple of films that go along the same lines that kind of match it well. It's kind of like when you're having a meal, you want to have a wine or a beer that complements your meal.
Yeah, like cottage cheese and bacon.
Or blue cheese and tequila.
Pickles.
Have you had that beer that's sour beer? It's like cucumber sour beer.
Yeah, I've tried it. It's not bad.
Yeah.
There's a Creature Comforts does that. Yeah, they did a really good one.
They make some really good beer.
Yeah,
I was glad to see that in Endgame when
Choppin'. Yeah, that's like life changing.
Giving the thumbs up in the crowd.
Yeah.
So I wanted to because I feel that So I Married an Axe Murderer is kind of like a forgotten '90s comedy classic. I wanted to recommend another one, which I've seen a few times, but I watched it again recently and was like, "Oh wow, this movie! I forgot about how hilarious it is." The 1995 film "Living in Oblivion."
I've never even heard of that movie.
You never heard of that?
No.
Oh wow, man, you'll love this. It's right now. It's streaming on Shout and Tubi.
Okay,
so you can definitely stream it if you want to, or you can go to Videodrome and get it, because I saw it there whenever I was looking for So I Married an Axe Murderer, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen this movie in 20 years.
Living in Oblivion.
Living in Oblivion, which is about, it's written and directed by Tom DiCilio. I don't know how to say his name, but he wrote Johnny Suede, which you've seen that.
That's a weird one.
That is a great movie. But this one is about Steve Buscemi, who is kind of the director of an independent film. Catherine Keener plays the actress, quote unquote, and Dermot Mulroney plays the cinematographer.
You mean Dylan McDermott?
Sorry. Remember that time when they all came out and you're like, how many Dermots are in this damn town? Like, but he plays the cinematographer. They're all playing. They're all trying to make this independent film. And the first 20 minutes of it, I don't want to ruin it, so I'm not. But it's really hilarious, especially if you've ever made an independent film or have worked in the business. All of these jokes are very spot on. It's very accurate to working. It's very funny and accurate to working on a film set.
I'm gonna put this on.
Oh, I'd strongly recommend it. You'll laugh until you cry. I just could not stop. And the end scene alone is just like, it's so bittersweet hilarious. Like watching it, I was like, yes, that has happened, because I've made I've made independent films of my own, and it's like, oh my god, that's so accurate. That's so funny. But the one character that I thought was extremely accurate was Danielle von Zernick, who plays the first AD, and I was like, yes, that's exactly how it would be.
Oh, I'm excited to watch this.
Oh man, you'll love it.
I normally don't like watching film being made in movies, because they do it whenever
they usually make it kind of slapstickish, and they make it kind of like it's a goofy thing, but it's like, nah, there's a few movies and shows that do accurately depict it. I think that Living in Oblivion is definitely a more humorous approach to it.
And Bowfinger, I love that.
But yeah, it's been forever since I've seen that. But the show Unreal, if you haven't seen that, or if you've ever worked in reality TV, that is spot on.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, I would say it's about 98% accurate. There's only a few small things that happened in Unreal where you're like, I was like, no, that wouldn't happen. But I'd say about 98% of that. And I had the character of the producer, Quinn, I was like, that I worked with
Maniac.
Oh god, yeah. I was like, I've worked. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Another movie, which just to say again, that Living in Oblivion is streaming right now on Shout and Tubi.
Sounds good.
Another movie is a 2007 film called Murder Party that's streaming on Netflix, Shudder, and Tubi. The writer and director is Jeremy Soliner.
Oh, Jeremy Saulnier?
Yes, is that okay?
Yeah, he did Green Room.
Yeah, did Green Room and
Blue Ruin.
This is his movie that he made before all that. So
what?
Before he did those two movies, he made a comedy, which is really... I saw this movie by accident, because when I first got my Shudder app, I was just streaming whatever, because if you don't have the Shudder app and you really like horror films, I strongly recommend just breaking down and getting the Shudder app, because they put movies on there that you haven't heard of ever, and there's movies that are on there right now that have never been released. There's a movie that I just saw called Effects that had never had a release up until like last year, and it was made in 1980. It was starring the guy who plays the military personnel from Day of the Dead.
Oh, okay, got it.
He plays a special effects character from 1979. It's a dynamite movie. But Murder Party is a horror comedy about it's kind of like this loner dude. He's walking home from work and he finds an invitation on the ground saying, like, anybody's invited to this murder party. And he's like, oh, it's Halloween. Ha ha ha. It's kind of cheeky. So he dresses up in whatever he can, goes to the party, and it's actually an art exhibit where they were waiting for anyone to pick up this invitation, and they were going to murder them for the sake of art. So it's very funny and horrific at the same time. Very much on the same lines of So I Married an Axe Murderer. The idea of somebody who's going around marrying and killing. There's a group of people who are, for the sake of just art, wanting to murder someone.
Oh, that sounds good.
And it's very funny.
I'll put that on. Who stars in it?
I forget the name of the guy, but none of them had ever did anything since then. I think the last thing that the main character did was like in 2006 or something. None of them really continued.
Oh, okay. So it's a bunch of... okay, got it.
It's basically like a student film, but it's really good. It's very well done.
I'm excited.
Murder Party that's on Netflix, Shudder, and Tubi.
Oh, I'm looking this up. This looks fun. What's the next one?
It is a good one. This one I know you've seen.
It's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Sounds like Mark's going to have a great afternoon.
All right.
Back to the gas station screaming in the sky. I know you've seen this movie, but I felt this was around the same lines of So I Married an Axe Murderer. It was called You Might Be the Killer.
Who did that?
Oh, well, didn't get the director. Okay. I apologize for that, but You Might Be the Killer. It was streaming on Sci-Fi Channel and Netflix, but I guess they took it down because they go through their different schedules. But it's not streaming currently anywhere. It's starring Fran Kranz, which you may remember from Cabin in the Woods as a stoner. He plays a camp counselor who's prone to blackouts. it starts out with him waking up and everybody's dead. And he's like, oh my God, there's a killer on the loose. What's going on? And he's trying to remember what happened. He's like, oh no, did I kill everybody? No, that doesn't make any sense. So then he calls his friend Chuck, who's played by Allison Harrigan, who we all know from Buffy and the American Pie films. And she's like, okay, what happened? She works at I think it's like a video store. It's kind of like a Wonder Book and video where they have music, movies, all kinds of books. And she's trying to talk him down, being like, okay, maybe you did kill people, maybe you didn't, but let's try to figure out what's going on here. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's a little bit of yes and a little bit of no.
Got it.
So it's a great cheeky comedy, also involving a lot of horrific moments.
I am down for that.
It's a good one. I know you've seen it, though, because we talked about it. You Might Be the Killer?
I've never talked to you about it.
And who was I talking to about that movie?
Another tall guy. Another tall blonde.
It was at that tall guy convention we went to.
Tall blonde guy convention.
Anyone over 6'2" was at there.
It was boring. When tall people are together...
I couldn't even see the main speaker.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's tall. I'm not special here. I'm going to go to a place where I feel like, I'm short.
Dikembe Mutombo was the leader.
I am not going to that. People who are 5'11" tried sneaking in. We know.
Like, I see your platform.
Take your shoes off.
Yeah.
You had to take your shoes off and step in.
Who are you bullshitting? Those are mechanic shoes. I know Bonanza boots when I see them.
Stilts.
It's just two kids in a trench coat.
That's what movie is that?
That was in like every cartoon ever.
Yeah.
You see the adult trying to get us just two kids in a trench coat.
How'd that work?
So then the last movie I wanted to reference was a movie that had nothing to do with killing at all, but a great romantic comedy from the early 90s, which I feel like it would have... And this goes along the same lines as So I Married an Axe Murderer. A little bit of funny, a little bit of fun. Everything's kind of romantic and nice.
It's a little flirty.
It's a little
filthy. It's a little funny.
A lot of dirty. lot of dirty.
A lot of flinging.
A lot of flinging. A lot of slapping.
A lot of farting. What is this movie? You've got mail.
But yeah, the 1994 Nicolas Cage film, It Could Happen to You.
Hey, Bridget Fonda.
Yeah.
And another guy.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage, Rosie Perez.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't remember the name of the older guy. But those are the main characters, Nicolas Cage, Bridget Fonda, and Rosie Perez. Which, if you've seen it, then it's a very cute movie about a
very honest guy.
Very honest man who doesn't have any money to pay for his lunch.
Cop.
He's a cop, and they go to him and his partner go to order a lunch, and they can't afford. They can't afford it, but they get a call, and then he goes to open it. And he's like, "We'll just take the tab." And she's like, "What you have is 2 coffees. It's $2." And he's like, "Ah, damn it! I don't have any cash in my wallet." So he's like, "I do have a lottery ticket, so if I win, I'll split this with you as a tip." And she's like, "Ha ha ha." Turns out he does win. And he then, after arguing with his wife, does give her half the money. And it turns out well for her as well. Bridget Fonda's character, she winds up buying the diner and turning it into a nice little cafe. Nicolas Cage.
Shoe store.
Turns out they sell whale blubber.
Hey, get your whale blubber.
But it's a really cute movie. Yeah. So and then Rosie Perez is even though she's kind of like a gold digger, but at this even though she does get the money, she wants more. So she kind of gets involved with another man who's also more about money on this millionaire's boat ride thing. But the movie, the cuteness of it takes place with the Bridget Fonda and the Nicolas Cage characters actually being both very good people. And there's a great scene where they're like she's like, well, let's try to outdo one another on this date, and she takes him rollerblading. He can't really rollerblade. Hilarity ensues.
Well, I want to see Nick Cage on rollerblades.
Yeah, he goes right into the lake.
Oh,
I can't stop. Goes right into the lake.
The bees.
Oh God, not the bees. But
you sounded like a 90s grunge band singer.
Oh no, not the breeze! Oh no, not the breeze!
Can't find a better man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
I was in a 90s cover band that covered that song. Horribly.
Better Man?
Yeah. And one time...
How can you horribly cover that
One
song?
Time our guitarist...
That's like messing up Jeremy.
One time our guitarist actually hit the guitar solo in that, and everyone cheered because he had never hit a guitar solo in his life, but he perfectly nailed this one. And the entire crowd just went nuts that he hit.
Joke's on them. We actually covered a lot of Minor Threat songs with no.
Yeah.
So they're just happy that we did something else.
Yeah. Bunch of Pavarotti covers. All right, sorry.
Sorry, but there's a really cute moment.
Shoe store.
Yeah. There's a really cute moment where they're on rollerblades, and then she says to him, "Okay, you can pick the next date." And then they go to the subway station, and Nicolas Cage is handing out quarters, saying, "Okay, well, everybody's train ride home is now on us."
Hey.
So then they do that, and then he takes the neighborhood kids to the Yankee Stadium, and they play a game of baseball. So it's a really cute movie, and then they both wind up loving each other. Nicolas Cage, well, Rosie Perez leaves Nicolas Cage
For a millionaire,
and then Nicolas Cage and Bridget Fonda wind up falling in love, and then they continue.
Could happen to you.
It's a really cute movie. It's based on a true story, although in real life it wasn't quite that hectic. It turns out that both of those people were happily married. And the cop would go to that diner. In real life, he went to that diner for almost 20-something years.
Oh, wow.
And the waitress was actually more like a family friend.
Got it.
And whenever they split the money, because it happened very much like in the movie, where he was like, "Oh, I'm going to buy a lottery ticket. Why don't you give me some numbers?" And she told him some numbers. So he wrote them down. He's like, "Well, if I win, then we'll split this."
So based air quotes on a true story.
Exactly. It's kind of like Godzilla's based on a true story, and the fact that a lizard did terrorize a family.
Yeah.
So an iguana really got
terrible.
lost in it.
If a Komodo dragon comes at me, I'm running.
They're assholes, man, I tell you. But yeah, and the real story is cute, but It Could Happen to You is also a really good movie. That's currently streaming on Stars if you do have Stars, but if you don't, Videodrome.
That's right, Videodrome. Hey, so this was fun. We're doing election next.
Yes, I can't wait.
All right, so this is cool.
Great.
Oh, I listened to the commentary. You're gonna love it.
Oh,
it's gonna change your life.
It's up there with Sorcerer, but without the commentary.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. I mean, Sorcerer will double change your life. Election will triple change your life.
So if I watch Sorcerer, it'll just bring me back to my life right now. So if this one's going to change my life, Election will change my life, but then Sorcerer will change my life. What's that going to do? It's going to bring me back to where my life is right now.
Well, yes, but that's good because who knows where your new life is headed?
That's right.
You know,
I didn't think of it.
Could be bad. You could be like Mad Max. All right, so
for movies, films, and
for Mark Hoffmeyer and Chris Kelly, this is Movies, Films, and Flakes. We'll see you next week.
See.